Welcome everyone to another day with our webinars. Today we are promoting the new video, the new partnership with Brizaway, which we are very excited since we are getting closer and we are getting more clients. So today we brought Matt with us, which is gonna speak about one of the topics that the property managers nowadays they are facing with many issues to synchronize everything and to get everything in one place. Welcome today, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you having us and even more excited about this partnership.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to start sharing what is going to be the presentation and the agenda for the day. So as you can see, we are all about exceeding the expectations from our clients. As you know, the property managers, they are facing everyday new challenges and they are getting more demanding clients. And of course, we are there to support them and show them all the technology and the advances that they can get from us. So the agenda for today is going to be the introduction. So first, I will start with myself. I'm John. I'm the head of sales for Hostify, the PMS all-in-one. And today we have Matt with us, which he already presented a bit himself. And then we'll speak a little bit about our system, then about Brizaway, and then, of course, about the integration and the topic that today Brizaway is bringing to us. And we will end up with some questions and answers just to resolve any inquiry that you may have. So we've been growing quite fast in the last 3 years that we've been already in the market. We help already our property managers with more than 14 million bookings, with more than 30,000 listings abroad, the whole world, in 46 countries, different countries. So we are spreading really, really fast. And the way that we do it, we have three brand phrases to say it somehow. Work smarter in order to get more bookings with our incredible team that we have always working, and we are proud of them, supporting our property managers to properly develop their own accounts in Hostify. So in order to do so, we have different features and tools such as automations in order to create any kind of automated messages, to interact with your different operations team, creating tasks, of course, to centralize all your payments and creating any kind of pricing rules. Then, of course, we connect with the most common OTAs such as Expedia, Booking.com, VRBO, Airbnb, Agoda, TripAdvisor, where you can centralize as well your messages all in one place, along with the rates and availability. And along with that, we are providing an amazing booking engine in order to have your direct website and your direct bookings. We do have different options, not just a booking engine, but also a WordPress plugin to have a very professional website to your new future clients. So as we mentioned already, this is our main tools that we have. And of course, we have an owners portal because, nowadays your property owners, they would like to know day to day and in real time data, how are their properties producing, and very detailed information on their invoices. And at the end of the day, to make their life easier, not just for you, but also for themselves. And we have as well many reports and analytics in our own software. Yeah. And then I pass over to Matt.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. So, Hostify does a lot for your company across websites, analytics, reservations, a little bit of operations. And where Breezeway fits into the picture is strictly around property care and service. So I've never been a property manager, but I have spoken to thousands over the last 3 years. And through those conversations, I've learned that operations at property management companies is extremely difficult. I might be biased in saying it's the most difficult piece of running a really successful vacation rental company. You have this, mess of tasks on the left-hand side with so many moving pieces, and staying on top of that is a real challenge. Our goal is to take all of these moving pieces, centralize them into one platform, so that you can stay on top of it. Am I hitting next slide?
Yeah.
Cool. And I'll get more into how we actually do this on the next slide. But just a brief background of where Breezeway sits in the market. We have roughly 100,000 units on the platform, and I think we actually scheduled and completed 4 million tasks across those 100,000 units this year. So that could be coordinating cleans, inspections, maintenance tasks across vacation rental properties. And the idea of Breezeway, we have some statistics here at the bottom, but the idea of Breezeway is to eliminate a lot of the manual work that goes into operations, and in return, creating a great guest experience. Cool. So I mentioned how do we actually go about this? So we integrate with a lot of partners, Hostify being one of our best integrations. And then we basically pull in properties and reservations so that we can automate all of those manual tasks that happen around reservations. So the idea is there's a lot of moving pieces. When a guest checks out, before the next guest checks in, how can we make that process extremely efficient and make sure that the property looks exactly as advertised and that the next guest checking in is going to have a great experience? And all of that is done through our platform.
All right, that was really good. So as Matt already mentioned, we are getting a nice integration, nice collaboration in order to have the full service, not just the PMS systems, but also all the manual tasks that they can be avoided. So that's where we are coming in one place together. And one of the topics that they mention is some statistics already mentioned in here, but some of the issues that the property managers they face day to day that I'm pretty sure Matt can explain a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. So this idea of more work and less time, and I'm sure everyone on this call is feeling it a little bit. And this is really due to heightened cleaning and safety standards. We're seeing much more demanding guests and owners, increased regulations, obviously these shortened booking windows. So you get a last minute reservation. Do you have the process in place to provide the same guest experience for that last minute reservation as the one that you had, a month to prepare for? And then we're seeing different lengths of stays, which are adding a little bit of nuance in your operations as well. And I think, so we run at Breezeway, we run an annual operations survey every year. Last year, we surveyed roughly 1,000 managers. We found that 50% of managers are still using manual workarounds to coordinate all of the work at their properties. And those are typically done through WhatsApp, through email, through Excel, through a number of softwares. And trying to eliminate those different channels into one platform is really our goal. And then 73% of managers say that cleaning and safety will remain the most important factor at booking. So really ensuring that you're creating a property experience that is not only safe and clean for your guests.
It's really interesting. I'm guessing how it changed, and one of the things that I will mention here is like how short in the booking windows they changed since COVID. I'm guessing people is not looking any longer on that wide range to book for next year, but actually like last minute bookings and giving the property managers less time to organize for next reservations, isn't it? And how the
Yeah.
importance right now of the cleaning procedures and everything have gained in the last couple of years, I would say, since all this COVID situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and I were talking about it right before we started the webinar. And I'm working remote right now, and people aren't tied to a specific place. They have the freedom to move in today's world, and can book a last minute trip for a week if they like.
Yeah, and this is well related with what you're saying on point five as well. Extended length of stays, no more this kind of new client, more nomad corporative, moving around to work remotely in different countries, and booking these property managers that they are moving more, not just for the short term, but also for the mid long term, where they can have as well Brizaway in place, no, for like instead of a final cleaning, maybe they have every weekly or every 15 days a weekly procedure, no?
Yeah, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. Um, cool. So delivering it. End of the day, it's all about providing the best guest experience as possible. We're talking about this is delivering a deeper hospitality feel. Um, so we talked about some changes in the market on the last slide. Another big one is by 2025, 75% of travelers will be millennials or younger. And what that brings is it brings a heightened consumer expectation. So, these are people that grew up with technology. They grew up with the ability to, order groceries or order food and have it show up at your door in 15 minutes. And that those expectations don't stop when they go on vacation, right? So it's you really need to take an experience first approach. And I think, one interesting piece about this experience first approach, we've been talking about it a lot, is when does that actually start? Is it when the person books? Is it when they first show up at the property? And I really think it is, once the person books and the payment's been made, it's a responsibility to create a great guest experience all the way through the time that they check out. And the best way to do that is to leverage tools and programs to really deliver on your brand promise.
Indeed,
What?
indeed.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, no, yeah, yeah, you're completely right. Like how technology nowadays it's more and more important, and as you mentioned, everything more centralized. Like as you mentioned, like young and millennials having all in one place and just order food, having everything communications and everything in one place without having like the what it used to be. No.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the biggest issue we found on the survey is actually communicating with owners and guests. So I'm sure Juan, you can talk to how
Yeah, yeah, of
Hostify.
course. This is one of the big points where of course Hostify can interact as well, and that's why we are unified and centralize all the conversations, and we provide this owners portal as well, so the communication is more fluid, and they can corroborate, data, reservations, in real time, with the owner at the same time, and of course for the clients to be able to communicate with many different channels with the property managers, and provide guides, provide documentation to make the experience much more smooth and professional, obviously, to create a great experience, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And then from a breezeway side of things and communicating with owners, it's about communicating all the work that you're doing back to the owners. So I'm sure I'm sure owners don't realize all the work that you're doing. I think we found like maybe they understand 20% of all the jobs that actually go into managing the property. Actually
Yeah.
documenting those jobs and being able to show them, hey, this is why you're paying us X percentage is extremely important for owner retention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a great way to sell as well for the property managers to a future possible client, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Cool. So some ways that operators can kind of respond to these challenges. So number one, using data to optimize task scheduling. So we'll get into the integration a little bit more, I think, but using things like triggers. So when a reservation is booked, do you have any automation around scheduling the cleans and inspections at your property? Those are things that we can do now with these integrations. Another example is if a guest checks out via smart lock, is the cleaner going to be notified so that they can get into that property earlier? There's a lot of triggers in the industry now, and by using this data, you can really cut down on a lot of the inefficiencies and move processes along faster.
Yeah, yeah. You are cutting off some, useless, to say it somehow, conversations. No, like you can have everything centralized, and just with a click already mark property's been done, task has been done. You will pass the information from Brizaway to Hostify. It will be everything centralized, and then maybe the booking agent, they know the client already can check in, or the property is ready to sell again, or the issue is being fixed with the client, and they just need to go ahead, communicate with the client, hey, everything is being sorted out, you can come back to the property. So it will make all the processes more smooth, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think all of that is really empowering your teams with smart technology. I know, hiring is extremely difficult right now. Keeping staff is extremely difficult right now. So making their experience as easy as possible and kind of eliminating some of the tedious tasks that they do on a day-to-day basis is super important. And alongside that, from like a cleaner's inspector's point of view, is using checklists at your properties. So, do cleaners, inspectors really know, your brand standards and what you're asking them to do? And then are they able to actually communicate back what they're doing in the field? So having, detailed checklists through technology allows you to bring in new cleaners easy. They know exactly what they need to do, and allows them to report back on all the great work that they're doing in the field, because they certainly don't have an easy job either.
Yeah, and then you have everything in one place, so it will be even easier to train your new staff. So at the end, it's just all benefits, no? All right, so we come to the questions and answers. If anyone has any, so you have the chat. So we got already one straight away. Does Brizaway have a mobile app? This is for Matt.
Yes, Breezeway does. Breezeway does have a mobile app. Cleaners, inspectors, maintenance people, even supervisors would be able to see their entire schedule for the day, start complete tasks, report issues from the fields, all on our dedicated mobile app.
All right. Any more questions? How the integration with Hostify works? What type of information is pulled from Hostify? Yes, so we will, of course, nowadays it's all about API. So it's a bi-directional connection. So once we integrate, we establish the connection between both softwares. Then all the properties, they will be able to be pushed into Brizaway. Once pushed, they will start pushing as well all the reservations that will start popping up onto the Brizaway synchronization and the Brizaway app. Once they are there, you can start establishing all your tasks or your checklist, as Matt already mentioned, and that will be synchronized straight away with Hostify to detect all the tasks that they are being completed or not attached to the reservations. It's necessary any amount of properties in order to use Breezeway.
We have clients with 1 or 2 units, and then we work with managers with thousands. So, no amount is needed, and we have different pricing tiers for each, and happy to discuss those.
All right. In any case, as I'm sharing as well here the screen, you can see both our emails from me and from Matt. Feel free to reach us to get further information, to go into a demo. You got as well, or our social media, the websites. We are more than happy to attend you. We have another one from Susanna. Does Brizaway have alerts that users can receive?
Yes, absolutely. So when a user is assigned a job, they would receive a push notification, a text, or an email, depending on what they prefer. And that would all be automated based on reservations being pulled over from Hostify.
Right. Anyone else? Don't be shy. All right. So for the moment, as I mentioned again, you have all the data here. Oh, we have another one. Recurring tasks in Brizaway.
Yep. So there's automated tasks based on reservations. You can also set up reoccurring jobs if you have things that happen weekly, monthly, quarterly. You can absolutely set those up in Breezeway. I'll just continue to go through these ones. How to sign
Yeah.
up if you are a Hostify customer. You can either, actually, I think the best is probably just to email me directly. I actually do want to make a note that my email is actually matt.brizaway matt.barr@breezeway.io. So it's matt.barr@breezeway.io. Or you can go to our website and request a demo, and you'd be connected with someone on our team directly.
Mhm. And then we have another from, and being a newly established company, it gets quite expensive with all these add-ons. Well, we
Yeah.
usually trying to fit as we can our pricing and being flexible. It's just a matter and then understanding your needs and seeing what is the best package or both collaborations at the end that it will fit your needs. So at the end, feel free. Not sure if you're already client of Hostify or client of Brizaway, but feel free to reach any of us or both of us, and of course we can show you a demo. And then, as I mentioned, there is no good price or bad price. Just understand the needs, and then we can get to an arrangement. All right. Any other questions? Already client of Hostify. All right. So yeah, just feel free to either reach Matt or, and again, we can speak with your account manager as well in Hostify, and then we can all both work it out something for you. We're more integrated.
Between we're certainly getting there.
All right. So I think
Cool.
we are pretty much done. This webinar as well, for the ones that didn't attend it, we will send it in an email, so you can replay it again and see it again. So thank you very much, Matt. We're very excited to keep going with this collaboration, get to help more property managers, and of course, get to help this industry. No.